Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So I was looking at my ephemeris today, if my camera will work. Some days my camera is working great, and other days it just wants to keep shutting off on me. Anyways, I was just looking at the ephemeris today and realized, oh, yeah, uh, July 7th here, Uranus just entered Gemini. Uranus changed signs this morning. 12:45 on the West Coast, 3:45 on the East Coast. And I also have it on my astrology reference sheet that I publish every year in January. And you see on July 7th, Uranus enters Gemini. And the reason I bring that up is, depending on your chart, you may notice some, striking new changes coming up now or soon that will affect you in a good, bad way. I shouldn't say good or bad. It's in a positive, negative way. It's not moralistic here. But the reason I bring this up is because one thing that really stuck out to me about Harry and Meghan and the time that they married, which was May 19th, May 18th, 19th. I keep having to look that date up again. I think it was the 18th, right? May 18th. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. It's close enough, 18th or 19th. But back in May 2018, Uranus had changed signs from Aries into Taurus on the 16th of May 2018. So at the time of their wedding, and it was in an exact square to Mars, planet of aggression, disruption, accidents. And of course, it's right around leading up to their wedding. They had the dog break 2 legs. Harry and Meghan were abusing everyone. We just recently heard that Harry yelled at the Queen for 10 minutes. So, yeah, very abusive right from the beginning. Of course, all the bullying that came out afterwards. Meghan bullied the staff as well. And don't mind me while I get my camera back up here. It's one thing after another today. I mean, Uranus going into is very disruptive. Uranus is very disruptive. It's like a camera that won't stay on. Maybe I'm going to be having more problems here. I'm about to get a new one. Ugh. But anyways, yeah. So I thought since Uranus changing signs at the start of their wedding here, I'm thinking Uranus is now for the first time changing. So it went from Aries to Taurus for their wedding. And of course, the Queen was a Taurus, very disruptive to her and her kingdom. And now we are July 2025, and Uranus is going from Taurus into Gemini, which is about twins, communications, neighbors. Basically, though, it is lower education. It could be, elementary school level education, writing in general. And of course, we all know how Harry and Meghan have been affecting our communications. So things may be getting more disruptive there with what Harry and Meghan are doing in their unholy union there. So I decided to point that out. That maybe in the next few days, if something comes out about their marriage or with what they're doing. We do know U.S. aid money has run out. TRG is expecting, and there are rumors on Twitter that Meghan and Harry are rushing to Texas to try to get some of our tax dollars, pretending to help victims. So, anyways, but aside from all that, there's also rumors heard on Dan Wooten's show. They're saying something about Meghan, Harry, and being at the funeral of King Charles. Whenever that happens, they say King Charles may be trying to get his 2 sons back together, trying to get them to reconcile. And so I don't know if the king requested, I guess, that both sons participate in his funeral celebration, funeral, ceremony. That's what I'm going to say. So I'm wondering, what's Megalodon's plans here as far as concerning, the whole scenario, whether she goes or not. Many assume that she wouldn't be invited, but if King Charles has put in his last requests there, that he wants Harry and Meghan there at his funeral, then obviously the royal family is going to acquiesce to his request, right? So it's looking like Meghan and Harry will both be there. At least they're both expected to go. But in general, I'm wondering what Meghan is, what she's up to, how she's going to try to, what her next plan, her plot, her scheme. She's always scheming and plotting and planning with her Chia buddies and Obama and all the rest for what they're going to do next. Like, what are they going to do uh, at the time when it's the at the during this before, during, and after? Like, what are they planning on doing? What is Meghan's plans here? Because we know Meghan has recently spoken about how she wants her children to potentially have the choice of being working royals. And I heard that Prince William's response was, yeah, they'll be known as Lord Dumbarton and Lady Lily. So we all know how Meghan feels about the Dumbarton name. Oh man, that's what they really should be called. They really are the Dumbartons. Anyways, that's what they should call a Netflix show, the Dumbartons. That's really what they are. Anyways, well, let's see. But Meghan's no doubt plotting and planning and scheming what her next attack is going to be on the royal family, Prince William, and all the rest. Let's take a look here. What she's plotting and planning after the king passes. What is she planning on doing? Let's see what the cards show. And I haven't used these cards in a long, long time, so bear with me while I get my feelings back with these cards. I think I'm going to use these more often. These and my cartouche cards. I just haven't been, I feel like I've been neglecting them. It's time to pull them out of the off the shelf, dust them off, and get back to using them. So here we go. And I do have to use my Lenormand more too. But these are great cards. People seem to really like the reading. I posted a 2021 throwback video where I use these cards, and they were quite accurate. Yeah, these cards are good. So let's take a look here. So what's the central theme of what Megalodon is plotting and planning? And I get air. Oh, isn't that interesting? Air, because Uranus just entered Gemini, which is an air sign. And of course, Uranus is the planet of disruption, rebellion, causing upsets at times. It can also be innovation and positive new inventions and whatnot. But in general, especially pertaining to Megalodon and Harry, uh, yeah, nothing but trouble. But this is an elemental card, and air is about communications in general, and of course also windstorms. Just a hurricane. I used to call Meghan Hurricane Meghan, right? Because she whips up with her magic or whatever, her demons. It just whips up all this brouhaha. So air means, in general, with Meghan, we know that she's going to dominate the airwaves somehow. We always know Meghan always has to compete with the royal family with any outing, right? And she does it by posting her own puff pieces and stories and tries to overshadow. Like, for example, just a recent example is that when a rose was named after Princess Catherine, Meghan pops on her Instagram and poses with pictures of roses with the children, which is something that before that point, very rarely showed the children. So Meghan made sure to use her children, so she knew it would garner attention and media, and all this nonsense. So obvious that Meghan is constantly trying to acquire whatever's going on with the royal family and twist it her own weird way. So what is her ideal? What does she aspire to? The card above air. And we get the knight, triumph over adversity. The knight, the fighter, the attacker. And this is a knight of swords. He's holding a big long sword there, knife there, sharp object. So triumph over adversity. Of course, we know that means Meghan wants to triumph over the royal family and fight, fight, fight. I also think of the recent interview she did with, what's her name? That Lima Kern, whatever the heck her name was. About a linguist, that guy who's a linguist did a really good job analyzing it. And at one point in that interview, that podcast, Meghan said, "Oh, our relationship is like Mario. Harry's like, slay the dragon, save the princess." So this is the Slayer up here. This is the Dragon Slayer up here. So obviously, Meghan is going to have be using Harry as usual. He is going to be um, the focal point of what she's using for whatever her plans are, which we're going to see in the future. It's going to be the past, present, future. And of course, Harry is in on it with her, whatever she does, for whatever reasons. So, what does she have? What are her physical pursuits here, or what she has under her control? And I have serendipity. Bright new prospects on the horizon. So it does look like she's looking forward to this. It does look like she feels like this will be a whole new chapter for me to attack. This card can also indicate happy accidents, is the phrase they use. And of course, when I think of accident, I think, how would Meghan try to overshadow a funeral? Maybe she has a happy accident or a happy car chase or something. hmm So I get that. Okay, so going back to before this, leading up to this, what's from the past of her dealing with King Charles and royal family that will be affecting her and pertaining to whatever she's going to be doing? Oh, there's the snake. There's the serpent. Sly and subtle approach needed. Yeah, there's the serpent. There she is. Snake always comes up with her. So, of course, leading up to this in her dealings with the royal family, she has been a snake. She's been sly and devious, hidden agendas, half truths. Yeah. Serpent watches and plans from a safe distance. Yes. That's why she really needed to leave. She wanted to be a safe distance so she could plot and plan against the royal family. Yeah, but she's got a lot of help at a distance. So she's been very patient, waiting for this. It's also about patience and waiting to strike. So she feels like she has been patient. I think that, yeah, we're going to see, look out. I'm already seeing attack mode is going to be on. She's been plotting and planning from afar. She's going to be taking advantage of this situation because we all know how the Sussex Squad and her have been attacking Prince William and Catherine. Well, yeah, we'll see what happens next. Past, spiritual influences going on. Catechus. You'll receive, it says, you will receive news from afar. Catechus, about healing, two snakes working together. That's always emphasized with Harry and Meghan working together, climbing that greasy pole. So this is, again, from the past, what she's been aiming for, putting out lots of news. It's a health card as well, and Harry and Meghan have been claiming to be all about mental health, which we know they're not. They are. This does signify that all their new activities are leading up to this point, and commerce, merching. Well, of course, Meghan's scam jams have been a direct competition and mockery of the royal family. Uh, you know, jellies and jams that they sell. So, and it's been a part of her attack. So yeah, so that's been going on, and so Meghan's attacked them through mental health. She's attacked them through competing with them, through selling jams. This is all past things. Also, past physical, material influences. Oh, the siren. The temptation may lead you astray. Yeah, so on a physical realm, Meghan has used her siren call there to lure Harry away, or used her connections there with her whatever material she has to beckon Harry from his and step down from the royal family. I notice with her PR, they always say step back from the royal family. It's like, no, Harry and Meghan stepped down. Very seductive. She did seduce Charles and the rest and the Queen at first, seeming to be so wonderful and controlling Harry so well, until like a snake, she turned on them. So I think that she is going to be, um, yeah, this is from the past. So this is what she's done in the past with the royal family and how she's attacked them. And now she's waiting for this opportunity that she's, when King Charles passes, to continue her next attack. So, what is her next attack going to entail? And we're going to say future spiritual influences. Wolf, beware who you trust. Ooh, we got the wolf here, one of the beast cards. And of course, you know the expression wolf in sheep's clothing. So the wolf is known to be, travel in packs, right? So Meghan has her pack that she will be working with, her friends and associates, her friends and associates there. So she still has them. Yeah, and this is saying beware who whoever trusts her and her friends, beware. The wolf is primarily a nocturnal creature. So perhaps under the cloak of darkness, she's planning on doing something in the nighttime, but being very savage and being using, based on emotions and, just attacking, which we saw over here with the knight, but doing it in a very bestial, primal, vicious way, instinctual way with her pack of wolves that she's with. Yeah. What else? That's going to be the overriding theme of what's going to happen next after King Charles passes. What else we have here? The Sphinx. Choose your words carefully. And doesn't Megalodon just choose her words very carefully, being careful not to say things outright, but have other people say it? Like in the Oprah interview, she had Oprah bring up the word racism, and Meghan just said, "Well, if you think so, I guess I'll agree with you." So she is going to be very careful with her word choice, but she's going to insinuate her message as she likes to do. This is an ominous card. Um, it talks about your abilities being tested, difficult problems, a perplexing dilemma that she's going to be dealing with if if she's invited and she goes back to the UK for the funeral, which Meghan's going to find irresistible because we all know she loves being in the media. But she's going to be very careful with what she says. No doubt have her pack of wolves do most of the attacking, her Sussex squad, her 5 anonymous friends, and all of that. She is going to, yeah, be very strategic and very quiet and careful with her word choice and the others, because she knows whatever she says and what she doesn't say will become scrutinized. And the final card, what physically, materially is going to happen with this, and I get the stars. A long journey brings rewards. Oh, wow. Well, that kind of tells me she's probably going to be going because, of course, the only thing her and Harry have going for them is their association with the royal family. And, of course, Meghan loves being the center of attention. So you've got 2 major reasons why she would probably planning on being there, but she's not going to say either way. She's going to want that usual controversy of, is she going to go? Is she not going to go? Is she going to go? Is she not going to go? That they played over and over the years. But the stars being on the material level here shows that she's going to be guided by base material, greedy notions, whatever. She's going to be guided. Her guiding star is money. And what am I going to get? What jewelry am I going to get? What kind of deal can I make with this? What can I sell afterwards? How can I exploit my children with this afterwards? So that's the guiding principle for her, the base. She will be very careful in what she says, very secretive, and her pack of wolves will no doubt continue their bestial attacks with, no doubt Prince Harry. Yeah. And this, yeah, I see her trying to use this to be seductive as she was in the past and trying to use this occasion to restart her career somehow and try to get deals and whatnot. Yeah. So yeah, look out. I do think she is going to be up to something. So I think the main thing here is that she is going to try to make plans to make money from this. She's because she knows King William is going to rip her a new one. She's going to be very careful what she says. However, I do see that the craziness with the beasts around her will not stop. The pack attacks will continue, and she'll just be pretending like I have nothing to do with it. I don't know anything about it. So I do see that happening in stars. I often see as the internet card as well happening on the internet. So I do see Meghan and pretending to have nothing to do with it while the attacks ramp up again with her and Prince Harry. Air, messaging, internet activities, putting out some just lots of crap out there. Seen it, just yeah. So that is what I see in general, and I would. It does look like she would go, uh, from based on the stars being here. But she won't say whether she's going to go or not. She's going to be the Sphinx here and keep it to herself and leave you wondering. So for greatest impact. So I hope you enjoyed this. If so, please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye bye.